Hi everyone, and welcome to tonight's marketing webinar. This is a series of 3 different webinars that we're going to be coming live to you with. And this is Matt from WebbWorks. We've worked with Matt for probably over 2 years now. He has a vast knowledge in marketing strategies, social media, the platforms. So you'll be hearing quite a bit from him tonight and going forward. But before we start, I just want to give a couple of shout outs to our Build Outdoor Online Training Platform. I'm sure you all got this clip note, but that platform has been all revamped from start to finish video on how to construct a water feature, outdoor kitchen, and it's with Tony, our trainer. Many of you probably have spoken to him on the phone. And we highly recommend if you have new members on your crew that haven't been trained ClifRock, this is a great way to train them. Instead of sending them to a retrain, they can just go online and watch it. And also, I wanted to just talk briefly about our microsites. I had sent this out back in September, talking about your microsites, just making sure a few things that your backlinks were working, that they were backlinked to the ClifRock main website, because when you do that, every time someone clicks on the main website, it's optimizing your website and everyone else's. So we're like one little community of websites. So that's really important. Make sure you have those keywords that Matt, I'm sure, will be talking about, and your service area. That way their customers can find you so they know exactly where you work out of, and always update them with pictures so that people can see what you're doing and find you easier. Okay. For tonight, the webinar, we're going to ask that everyone, if you could just type in your questions to us, and as Matt's talking, if I see a question that's relevant, I'll just jump in and ask them. If not, we'll do all the Q&A at the end. So you have plenty of time to think of things, type them up, and I'll make sure that he answers them. So without further ado, this is Matt from WebbWorks.
Pleasure to meet you guys. Grab some emails.
So tonight we are going to talk about Google My Business and what's so important about having Google My Business and ranking.
Yeah, so there's a multitude of things, right? For a lot of local businesses, outdoor living businesses, there's a lot of things that they all have in common that are getting them higher rankings. So first thing you want to do is, if you don't have a Google My Business listing, you want to go on google.com. We'll send you instructions step by step afterwards. So I studied the top 10 outdoor living businesses out there, and there's 3 things that they have in common. They have 200% more Google reviews. Now there's a few different ways you can get those Google reviews. One is you go into your Google My Business page after you set it up, scroll down a little bit onto your listing, you'll see get more reviews. You can take that link and then attach it to emails after you're done with a customer. There's also a few other things you can do. You can go onto websites like Bitly or Canva.com. You can get a QR code and then attach that to your invoice. So while you're sending out invoice to customers, you're able to get more Google reviews to help boost your Google My Business ranking. Also, as Rhonda was saying, you want your text and images to be clear and crisp. Beautiful work that you've done in the past on your Google My Business listings. What else?
So someone said here, how do I find my ranking?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways, right? So when you go on your Google My Business listing, it's going to be information based off of your recent searches. So what I suggest to you is you go on to an incognito tab, top far right hand corner of your browser. There'll be 3 little dots on top of your job. Click on that, hit incognito, then go into Google search and look for your business. That'll give you the most clear, defined ranking that you're at currently. When you go into an incognito tab, it'll be as if you're a random person just looking for your information. So it's the best way to see how you rank compared to your competitors.
Does every computer, you can do that on any computer?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's good to know. How do you set up a Google My Business? So we're going to send off a how-to link afterwards. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have a how-to link. How do I get more reviews?
Yeah, so after you set your Google My Business up, which you obviously have in the instructions, You scroll down halfway through the page, you'll see a Google My Business, get more reviews. You take that, click on it, it'll give you a copy and pastable link. You can put it in invoices, emails, send it out to customers after the job is finished. Their feedback with specific details in those reviews. So there's a lot of important things to go with reviews. So a lot of you are saying, I work with a lot of installers and outdoor living businesses currently, and a lot of them are saying, I just hate sending out a review afterwards. I hate asking for it. So as I was saying earlier, if you set up a QR code with that link from your Google My Business review listing, you put that into the QR code on websites like Bitly or Canva. If you have any questions afterwards, you can obviously ask. But if you put that on every invoice and every time a sale is done, it will quickly help boost your Google My Business rankings. There's a few important factors in that. You want to make sure the customer adds the service. I know a lot of you guys, if you're from the New England area or the northern part of the country, a lot of you do snow removal in the winter time, and the problem is you're just not ranking for those keywords on there. When you're setting up your Google My Business listing, they're going to ask you for up to 3 to 10 words based off of your industry. Like, so for a lot of you, be pool installer, masonry installer, water features, irrigation, depending on what type of industry. And you fill up those words, put them on your Google My Business listing. It'll help your ranking. It'll help customers find that business. And then also, as I was saying, when you send out your emails for customer reviews, if you have specific services, so Jim Smith had landscaping, Jim Smith had a masonry job. If he specifically puts those into the reviews, you'll rank higher for those words as well. So for a lot of you guys that are up north, dealing with snow removal and then realizing you're just not quite ranking for those keywords like snow removal, shoveling, plowing, whatever it may be, if your customer's attaching that into the review, it'll help your Google My Business ranking as well.
Great, excellent, okay. So another thing we were going to talk about, I don't have any other questions unless they come in, is your existing customer list. How can that be profitable for a company?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways. So as you go through and you're working with these customers, you're going to want to keep their name, address, and phone number. Yeah, there's some other important factors, where their address may be, but at the end of the day, if you have their name, address, and email, you can use that information for email marketing, Facebook lead campaigns, Google My Business listings. It's essentially a great way to keep up with old existing customers, nurture them, let them know about existing services that you offer, new cool things that you guys have come to do. If you're offering sod or new masonry jobs or water features, it's just a great way to post and send out and nurture your existing customers, as well as taking that data on platforms like Facebook to use their prior existing customers that have bought from you before. You take their data and then you can use it to find quality leads while trying to get a new business. But as she was saying, a lot of installers now are using their email list or their customer list for referral programs like veteran programs, real estate realtor programs for new listings, people looking to get landscaping jobs, masonry jobs. I mean, if you have a customer list, it's truly endless on the potential of what you can do with it. So keep track of that data if you can. Put it into an Excel spreadsheet.
And obviously, if anyone has any questions after this, please feel free. Matt's phone number is on the clip note that you just received with this recording, and you can always call the office too. I know there's a lot of information kind of being thrown at you, but hopefully the attached documents will help make a lot of this make sense. Because I don't know, Matt, but you're great at what you do, but this confuses me, social media stuff. And then we had talked about social media platforms, like which platform works best for this industry, and why do you recommend for homeowners, obviously, because they're trying to get homeowners to visit their websites.
Yeah, so there's a ton of different platforms out there, right? So you have anything from Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. So if you're just starting out, right, or you have a website, a Google My Business page, it's extremely important to at least get a Facebook business page and Instagram business page. Super easy platforms, you can connect them together. Now there's a few important things you want to do, right? You're probably asking yourself, okay, I got the platform, right? I've had it, I've been posting. What are the important things for me to do? So there's a few basics that will set you apart. Your logo, you want that to be an image of your business or your logo itself. You want a nice cover photo that's clean and crisp, possibly displaying some of your work. You want to post regularly. Now you're probably asking, what do I post? There's a few different things. You want your post to be infotainment, so beautiful pictures and videos with informative information. So recent jobs you've done, feedback Fridays, right? So you take those Google reviews you've been getting, you take a screenshot of that, put that as your post, and then attach that, make a little bit of copy, a little bit of text above, bragging about how your existing customers already have her. So as people are scrolling through your feed, they're seeing beautiful work that you've done, great information, seeing how knowledgeable you are, and then every Friday night they're seeing a Google review from an existing customer that already had a great experience from you. Why wouldn't they buy from you? Social media is a great platform to stay on top of all your customers. There's over 3 billion people currently on Facebook platform. It's super integratable with Instagram, and it's amazing how often your customers are on the platforms, and then the information you can use with like your customer list to then get yourself quality leads as you're going through your day or as you're going through your month looking for new business.
How often should you post?
Yeah, so great question. You should at least post 5 to 7 times a week. I know it seems like a lot, but there's a couple tricks. You can go on to, if you go into your Facebook page, right, business page, you set that up. You go into Meta Business Suites. It's on the far left-hand side of the screen, about the middle. Click Meta Business Suites. There's a planner button. You can then plan your post 7 to 30 days out. So while you're working or whatever you may be doing, you can have your posts scheduled out for the whole entire month, which is just a great tool because it's called batching content. So you can spend a Sunday night setting up all your posts throughout the week with beautiful pictures that you've done throughout the week, happy experiences with customers. The most important part is just staying up to date. While your customers are scrolling through their feeds in their local area, it's just important to show that you're doing beautiful work at a consistent rate and customers are happy doing it.
This person has a few. What is the best platform to post?
Yeah.
For, I guess for homeowners, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So for outdoor living businesses or homeowners, Facebook and Instagram, it's one of the absolute best ones. So there's other platforms that can help you well. So Pinterest, it's a great platform, but the customer base isn't necessarily going to bring you traffic. The best part about it is backlinks. So if you have Pinterest, every time you're putting a post, it's allowing you to attach a URL, so like your website, or a link to whatever you want, contact page, whatever it may be, and then also a keyword up top. So it can also help boost your Google My Business rankings. But primarily for outdoor living businesses, the absolute best performing platforms are Facebook and Instagram. You can connect them together and then you can plan your content out weeks in advance. It's just an amazing platform for outdoor living businesses.
Okay.
Great questions, by the way.
How do you pick content?
Yeah, so depending on, so your outdoor living business, right? You're doing panel masonry, you're doing water features, fire features, outdoor kitchens, you're doing other things as well. So depending on what season you're in, what you're really doing, or what you want to push the most, I would suggest that. Finished work, before and afters, clean, crisp photos, depending on what you're using. A lot of you are probably using your phone. What I recommend is if you're using your phone, take it, put it in landscape mode. So like this, when you're taking photos. Most of you have new phones these days, but just keep clear, crisp photos on your platform of finished work. People love before and afters, feedback Fridays, just showing that you're doing amazing work and your customer base is happy while you do it.
Do you post on more than one platform at a time?
Yeah, so as I was saying, with Facebook and Instagram, you can plan your post out. There's other softwares as well. So if you have multiple platforms, right? So here at ClifRock, we essentially have almost all of them. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have YouTube. We're very much out there on the social media platforms. But what I would recommend is sticking with Facebook and Instagram.
This question, I think, goes back to the Google My Business. Where do you find the best keywords?
So you're probably wondering, right? You know exactly what people are asking for, right? It's either water features, fire features, pool companies near me, masonry companies near me. Now, there's other people out there that are maybe higher in the ranking. Maybe you're number 3 and then number 2, whatever the circumstance may be. There's softwares like GMB Anywhere. If you type in GMB Anywhere on your Google page, it'll pop up an extension. It'll allow you to teleport or put yourself right in front of the highest ranking business. So you go into an incognito tab, you find out exactly what company in your area is, who's number one. You can take GMB Anywhere, keywords anywhere, and then you can take all of their data from their existing Google My Business page, website, whatever it may be. And you can take the highest ranking words and then attach them on the back end of your Google My Business listing. It's unbelievable what it can do. But really, if you're looking to get your Google My Business ranking the highest, it's reviews. It's reviews, keywords, and up-to-date photos. And then, I don't believe I mentioned this earlier, but it's NAP. Name, address, phone number, the same on every platform.
And GMB Anywhere is Google My Business at GMB.
Yeah, Google My Business Anywhere.
All right. This one just talks about websites. Can we just throw a little website question in real quick? How do I get more traffic to my website?
Yeah, so there's a multitude of ways you can get more traffic to your website. So you can do Google paid ads, Facebook paid ads. You can do consistent content. If you do the 3 things we mentioned here, so your Google My Business listing, your customer list, and you're posting regularly on Facebook, Instagram, or any of the other platforms out there, it's amazing the amount of traffic you can bring to your website. Imagine people are out there every single day scrolling through their feeds on Facebook, Instagram, whatever the platform may be, and they're seeing your business with a link on it. So your Google My Business listing will have a link or a URL link to your website. Your Facebook page, business page, will have a URL link to your website. Those are just easy ways you can do it outside of paid advertising. Facebook and Google, you can draw traffic directly from there to your website in order to get traffic going. But really, at the end of the day, your goal is to build an audience. The bigger your audience can be on your social media platforms, on your website, the more traffic you're going to get to your website. Also, keywords. Keywords are a very important thing. You use Google My Business Anywhere, keywords anywhere. You can scrape and use all of the information of your competitors that are ranking the highest as far as keywords. And then you can put that into the back end of your website. There's a few other ways, but the primary ways would be consistent content on your social media platforms, posts, feedback Fridays, filling up your Google My Business listings with reviews, keeping that information up to date as much as possible. And then, of course, there's paid advertising as well.
I don't have any other questions. I'm so glad I have you to do all this because there's no way. This is so confusing. Well, I don't think we have any other questions. And again, this will be a series of a couple of our marketing with Matt. And we look forward to any feedback that you have. If there's something that you want to hear more about, our next series will probably be about websites and Facebook.
So we'll be going over Facebook leads, websites, and the benefit of it. How you can get qualified leads using some of this information we've used today. It's absolutely amazing if you do some of those small things, how much of a big effect it can have on your overall ROI on your business. But thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you. All right. Have a good night.
See you guys.